Hello, and welcome to Distant Souls EVE Online Beginner's Tutorial. Um, what we're going to walk through today is the very beginning of playing EVE Online, and hopefully point you in the right direction to get you started, and teach you a few things about using EVE's interface. Uh, this game does have a steep learning curve when you're first starting out, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually quite simple and it gives you a lot of options. So this is a brand new character of mine, and he's still real basic. I'm actually going to train this character for industrial. I want to make a miner out of him. Anyways, when you're first coming into Eve, you won't really be at this point in your ship, but soon after opening the game, you will get into your ship. So I'm kind of just starting it from that point to uh, to teach you what there is. Uh, a good suggestion is to go through the tutorial if you're patient enough to go through it, because it does teach you a lot of what I'm going to teach you in this video. But hopefully, if you're not patient enough to get through there, this video will help you to get the basics that you would have gotten from the tutorial. So to start off, and Eve doesn't really point this out to you in the beginning. So one of the most important things I found in this game um, was training skills. If you're not training skills, your character's never going to get stronger. You're never going to get a better ship. You're never going to get better anything. Like you're just going to stay at this little crummy ship that you see in front of you. So um, to train skills, and this should be really one of the first things you do, you're going to want to go to your player profile picture, which is located in the upper left hand corner of the screen. And you're going to want to click that, which will bring up your character sheet. In your character sheet, you should by default be on the skills tab. And as you can see, my mouse here is highlighting all of these skills. Now, this character is brand new, so he won't have a lot of skills. Many skills need to be purchased and or found from missions and things like that. So this is my this is my beginner account. So uh, to teach you a little bit about training skills, uh, one of the things you can do is learn how to train a skill, obviously. And you're going to see these menus, basically. You've got electronics, engineering, gunnery, industry, mechanics. The list is pretty in depth, and it continues to grow as you add new skills to your character. So one way to train a skill on here very easily is to open one of these lists, and it will drop down. As you can see, I clicked the electronics list and it dropped down the skill that I currently have under electronics. Now I can get a lot more skills eventually, but right now I only have one because this is a brand new account. Uh, if I want to train electronics, now this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to train this, but if I wanted to train electronics, I would right click on the skill and I can do one of two things. I can either train now to level 4, or I can train after the current queue at level 4. So to explain that a little more in depth, I'm actually going to open the training queue, which is this button right here. And this is my training queue. The training queue is really nice as well because it, just like you've seen before this, it has all of the skill lists right in here. So you can see every single one of your skills in the training queue. So if you wanted to, you could just go straight to the training queue every time and find all of your skills. Now, as you can see right now, this is going to be my industrial account. So I've already actually trained him in, let's see, I've trained him in cybernetics up to level 4, so I could get my implants. We'll talk about implants in a little bit. Um, but I got my implants on him so I can train certain skills faster. And as you can see right now, I've got mining going to level 4 and then mining going to level 5, which is, en route to making a good industrial player. But this is just the very beginning, of course. Um, Now, this is going to be kind of hard to actually show you, but what you see up here, this blue bar, is uh, is a timeline. And as you can see, it starts at 0, then there's 12 and 24. Now, 12 represents 12 hours, and 24 represents 24 hours. Um, Later on, you'll find out that as you're adding skills, you can add up to 24 hours worth of skills. Now, the nice thing about this is you can add more than 24 hours worth of skills, but you can only add more than 24 hours worth of skills if your last skill goes over 24 hours. That's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of like if I put in one 12-hour skill and one 11-hour skill, which put me at 23 hours, I could then add 1 day skill trainer. And even though I go over the 24-hour part, it'll still let me add that skill into my training queue. Now, after you go over that 24 hours or after you hit the 24-hour mark, you can no longer add any more skills to your list. Anyways, so this is the training queue. Again, an easy way to train skills, and I won't be able to show you it right here, but if I wasn't already past my 24-hour mark, I could hypothetically click this engineering skill and click add, and it would add it to the end of my queue. So that's an easy thing to get right at the beginning. You will want to start training skills immediately, and depending on what kind of play style you're looking for, you might want to ask for help on which skills to train first. Because if you don't, you might find that you're wasting a lot of time training a lot of skills that are nice, but just don't give you the initial boost that you'll need to play the way you want to play. The next thing to note is right at the beginning, you'll want to, on the same page, your character sheet, you'll want to click attributes. And a lot of times you're going to want to remap your attributes towards the type of character you're going to want to play. Um, the reason for this is that remapping allows you to train certain skills faster. That way you're getting stronger in your skill area faster. So normally these would all be at like an initial 20 or 21, I think. I think all of them start at 21. I remapped so that my intelligence is 25 and my memory is 23. This way I can train a lot of my industrial skills a lot faster. My other skills will train a little bit slower because of this, but I'm really trying to focus on industrial skills. And to give you an idea of how this remap is working, as you can see, I have intelligence 25, memory 23. If I go to skills and, for example, my industry skill, mining, if I right click on it and I show info and then I click the attributes tab, you'll see that the primary attribute for this skill is memory and the secondary attribute is intelligence. Because my attributes are high, in memory and intelligence, I will actually get a boost to training this kind of skill. On the other hand, a skill such as gunnery, where the primary attribute is perception and the secondary attribute is willpower, I will not get nearly the boost that I'm getting from the other skill, and this kind of skill will train slower for me. So you want to be careful how you remap, and you want to remap towards the kind of character you want to play. Again, it's recommended that you ask for help on how to do this so that you're building towards the character that you want to have. So, that's the beginning for training skills. That's your basics. And you want to continually keep skills training so that your character is continually leveling up.